Welcome back here on Live Now from Fox, 10:52 on the East Coast and 7:52 on the West Coast. My name is Josh Breslow, and I'm here to bring you all of your top stories and live events from across the country and across the world. Right now, you are taking a live look over this crime scene here over in Orem, Utah, a story that we have been following very closely here. The rifle used to assassinate Charlie Kirk has been recovered in a wooded area as the shooter does remain on the run this morning. The FBI providing the update earlier on today, just a couple hours ago in a press briefing, alongside the Utah Department of Public Safety, also revealing that the gunman appears to have blended in with the college crowd and escaped. Kirk, the 31-year-old conservative activist and founder of Turning Point, was killed when a single gunshot was fired from a rooftop Wednesday as Kirk took part in an event there at Utah Valley University. Despite two potential suspects being detained, his assassin has not been located. That is according to law enforcement. Republican Congressman Mike Kennedy of Utah represents the area where the attack happened here, and he joins us live to talk more about Charlie Kirk and what happened. Congressman, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. We appreciate it.
Josh, thanks for having me on this sad day that we mourn, not only September 11th and many years ago, the lost lives there, but yesterday, the loss of Charlie Kirk's life.
Course. And I did want to ask you, you're home there not far from where all of this unfolded. Can you break down for me how you found out what happened and what you're thinking at that point?
I'll just say, Josh, and to you and to your listeners, the reality is violence will not silence our people. That Charlie Kirk's voice will continue to be heard and freedom of speech will prevail. This coward who is a deranged individual who perpetrated this horrible crime, not only on Charlie Kirk and his outstanding wife and two children, who's now a widow, and these children are without a father, but also on my community, the Utah Valley University community, as well as our state and our country, that this person will be brought to justice. And we stand firm. Our hearts are broken, but our resolve is firm, not only to find this person, and the full weight of the United States justice system will be brought to bear against this individual, but we stand firm also in standing for freedom of speech. The reality for us, Josh, and all people, is people have a right to speak their minds, and we will continue to do so in spite of intimidating threats of violence.
And I want to pop this up here on your screen. You can see this coming in from Fox News. We played this out live as it did happen, but President Trump saying that he is going to posthumously award Charlie Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom. He made that announcement during that 9/11 address a short time ago. What are your thoughts overall on that announcement?
Josh, thank you for bringing that up, because many young people saw Charlie Kirk as a light, an opportunity for people to engage, vigorously debate the issues of the day, but to do so in a nonviolent fashion. And I can see many young people standing back from the public debate. A lot of times they don't want to get involved anyways, but especially after the murder of such an outstanding person, that they would want to back out from engaging in the public discourse. But I'll say to you and say to those people is, please do not back out. In that case, this deranged individual that did this heinous crime, that this individual will win if we back out from engaging with one another. And I'm committed, along with my congressional colleagues, Democrats and Republicans, we link arms in not only decrying such filthy crimes of cowardice, but also inspired by the Constitution and Charlie Kirk's efforts, we will continue to move forward with violence being threatened. It's not going to intimidate us. Our resolve is firm.
Can you tell folks out there, as we take a live look here over in Orem, Utah, that area, Utah Valley University, tell me a little bit about it for folks who are not familiar.
My area is a beautiful area. There's mountains just off to the east and a little bit to the north, and this is an outstanding institution. More than 40,000 students go to this institution, and many of my friends and colleagues have gone there. There's another university, Brigham Young University, just down the way. This is a bedroom community. There's houses, residences right around this institution, a major thoroughfare, I-15, a freeway that's right nearby as well, but restaurants, retail shops, as well as homes. This is a great area, and for this area to be subject to such a heinous crime and the murder of this outstanding individual is something that is entirely unknown to us. We in the state of Utah generally, and this area specifically, have never seen these sort of behaviors in our area.
And Governor Cox had very strong words at the news conference just yesterday when everything was kind of laid out as far as what happened. He said this was political violence. It was a political assassination. I wanted to ask, what message do you want to share with both Republicans and Democrats about addressing and preventing politically motivated violence overall?
Not only will this individual be brought to justice, and we do have the death penalty in the state of Utah, and this should be prosecuted in the state of Utah, but Charlie Kirk stood for something bigger than himself, and he gave his life for it, and that's freedom of speech. And I stand with him, I stand with the young people that followed Charlie Kirk, and I stand with the United States of America, because violence is how other countries may quell their populations and prevent them from being able to exercise their God-given and constitutionally protected freedom of speech. And I stand with all like-minded individuals to decry violence and to stand with the Constitution and our privilege of speaking freely, especially about politics and the disagreements that invariably we have today. It's only through communication in a nonviolent fashion that we can resolve the issues of the day.
When you look at this and you kind of track everything with the investigation that's going on, but you also have a college campus where, as you mentioned, we're talking tens of thousands of students. What message do you have for young people there who are maybe shaken today as the search is still underway for Charlie Kirk's assassin?
We should mourn. Many of those people knew Charlie Kirk, they were fans of his, and they had to witness a horrific event that no one should ever have to witness, let alone experience. So we should mourn. And the mourning, and I'm a doctor, mourning is a healing process, and we should link arms, and we should celebrate a life and mourn a violent death. But after that, and today is September 11th, we should give all due regard to that as well. And after that period of time, we get back to work. The House of Representatives, United States House of Representatives, is doing its work today, even now. And we continue to work forward. And I'd say to all people, mourn. We should mourn and be sad that there are individuals that believe this is, we should speak with bullets, not with words. There are individuals in our society that are like that. They are rare. And those people, this person will be prosecuted. But most of us believe that we can engage with one another and resolve the issues. And I'll just say with hope and optimism, the United States of America is a great place. Its people are great people. And we will move on from this. We will never forget. But we will move on and continue to do the work of the American people.
And I did want to ask you here, before I let you go, again, as all of this does continue to develop, how would you like to make sure that Charlie Kirk is remembered there in Utah, but also across the country and really across the world? What is his legacy there in your eyes?
J.D. Vance has already come into the state to recognize the significant contribution, and President Trump already has recognized over and over again the contribution that Charlie Kirk has made to bring young people to the table of discussion. And that's people on all sides in a respectful, vigorous fashion. He was willing and able to debate on many different issues. So we're already seeing that, and I can foresee an annual event, if not a constant event for us, at least in the short term, for us to continue to honor the memory of this good young man who did so much for our society and bringing young people to the table to have political conversations. And you can bet that I and many others will be involved in that process to make sure that he is not forgotten.
Congressman Mike Kennedy there of Utah represents this area. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today on what is 9/11 and, of course, a day of mourning as well for folks who knew and loved Charlie Kirk. Is there anything else that you want to add at all before I let you go?
Thank you, Josh. I just want to say God bless America. This is more important than any one individual, and all of us can see that Charlie Kirk did his job and he paid the ultimate sacrifice for it. And I and many others are inspired by his example and want to live up to that great memory that he left. So God bless America, and we'll be okay. But now is the time for mourning and remembrance, and we should pay respect to not only Charlie Kirk, but also his widow and those two young children who now have to live without their husband and father.
All right, Congressman Kennedy, thank you again for your time today. We definitely appreciate it.